Hey guys, my name is Sterling. I help businesses, entrepreneurs, 5x to 10x their business without overwhelm using fun, lucrative 5-day challenges. The mechanism I use to teach people is called Launch Perfect. It's an amazing system. I'm going to share a little bit about that with you today in what we're about to do. Um, this is part 4 of a 4-part video series. You should go back and watch the overview video if you haven't on exactly what to teach. I tell you why it's the most important thing to figure out in your challenge and to get right. I also share with you the 5 different types of structures. I've done over 60 challenges for my clients and students at this point. Everything from coaching, how to get $25,000 coaching clients, all the way to how to sew personal teddy bears for $297. So it is applicable to a wide variety of things. I don't want anybody to feel slave to a particular structure. I just want to give you all the structures that I know can work. We're about to dive into stacked style, which is my favorite structure. Why is that? That is because I created it, so I'm a little bit biased. Stack's the name of my agency, but after working through these 60, I found the one that I believe that works the best, and I'm about to share that with you. So the number one thing that we always do is start with your offer. So we want to talk through somebody, and we want them to know, or excuse me, you need to know before you start figuring out the best way to structure your challenge. Okay, what's your offer? Okay, what do you have for people? So let's just take, for example, the Launch Perfect system. The details of it are it's the ultimate 5-day challenge system. It is literally everything you need to create a lucrative challenge launch without overwhelm, overthinking, or overspending. Let's say the cost is $5,000. The big promise is, I kind of make a joke here. Step 1: follow our proven system using our proven high converting challenge strategy, emails, graphics, posts, calculators, calendars, checklists, outlines, scripts, and sales copy, so you can launch within 14 days, show up with power and clarity, and know everything in your launch is running seamlessly in the background. And then I say step 2 is to cash big checks, because our system has proven to work. Uh, it's just it's phenomenal. So I wanted to use my Launch Perfect system for the stack style for a couple of reasons. One, it's not so much a course or a program as it is a system. We have different toolboxes that contain all of the things that I just listed there: the challenge strategy, the emails, graphics, how not to pitch, how to invite people into your offer. So there's these 8 toolboxes. So it's not really something that I can teach. I'm not going to teach people what the toolboxes are in a challenge in the way that you normally would with a one pillar 4-piece structure, or with a 4-pillar structure. So that's one of the reasons I'm choosing this. The other reason is that, or the other thing I want to tell you, is that you can use the stack style whether you have teaching modules, whether it's a course or a coaching program or whatever. It doesn't matter. I just want you guys to hear the thought process that's going into what I'm about to tell you. Okay, so for day 1, and I mentioned this in the overview video, and again, if you haven't listened to it, go back and listen to it. The link's in the description. What I tell people over and over is you want to ask yourself, what is the number one problem your audience thinks they have? Not what you know they have, what the number one problem they think they have, and you want to build your day 1 material. You want to build your day 1 material all around that specific problem. All right, so one of the main problems that I hear people asking about 5-day challenges is my business, and I'm going to, again, talk as I type, so it'd be, is your business ready for a 5-day challenge? Actually, that should be under the topic. So I'm just going to move that there. Day one topic, is your challenge ready? Is your business ready for a 5-day challenge? I would then walk people through the businesses. Why is that doing that? I'll fix that later. Businesses that work incredibly well for challenges versus those that don't. What I usually tell people, and this has been true for 5 years right now, I just want to make this consistent. Thank you for dealing with my OCD, guys. What I tell people is it's really good for any business. I can make a 5-day challenge, launch any business incredibly well. The only time I've turned somebody down from letting them enroll in the program or working with them is because their business isn't yet set up to be able to take a large influx of clients or customers all at one time. So I would talk about that and what the pitfalls of that would be and why you don't want to do that. So I'm actually talking people out of my program right off the bat. We're doing some sifting there. So after I talk about that, what you need to have ready for a 5-day challenge, I would then segue into why challenges are the highest converting marketing mechanism in existence today. That is true. That is a fact. I own an ad agency, so I have a unique perspective. I work with multiple clients in multiple niches, and they all have different marketing mechanisms. They might have a webinar, they might have a low ticket offer, they might have an application funnel to a phone call. They could have, there's probably 15 different funnels, if not more. So I've seen all of them. I've seen the results of all of them. And I can tell you that the data backs that a webinar is the highest converting mechanism out there right now. Full stop. Just to give you some rough numbers, a good webinar will convert at 2.5%. An exceptional webinar will do 3%, and people are screaming from the rooftops with happiness. An average challenge will do about the same, about 3%, sometimes a little bit more, but not often. And we've got records with Launch Perfect of people that launch and convert up to 22%. That's our record. We shoot for 6 to 10%, but it blows all the other mechanisms out of the water. So I would get people really fired up that their business can work in a 5-day challenge, and then why they want to do a challenge. Okay, so the action item might be, if they were to do a challenge, and this would get people fired up at the same time, right? So this is kind of cool. I've never done this before, so I'm working it out for myself. If you were to do a challenge, what conversion rate? Oh my God, come on guys. What conversion rate would you shoot for? I would probably let them download a calculator that lets them just plug in some numbers to see a challenge is totally doable for them. The win is they have a realistic first off, the one big win is challenges are totally doable for my business, and a realistic estimate of how they can get there. Okay, guys, I also want to show you this worksheet over here you want to download. I'm doing my, sorry, that's the wrong thing. I'm doing my Here it is on Canva. The link to click this, the link to download this is below. There's a lot of information about this particular structure, the stack style, what you can expect. There is a topical overview, and then you're going to get into another example of stack style, and then where you can fill in the workshop, and then worksheet, and then what to do from there. So just wanted to let you know that link should be below in the description, but for ease of typing and not trying to fit it in that worksheet, I'm using this Google Doc. Okay, so that's a pretty solid day one, right? So if I'm getting people cold, they've never heard of me before, they're coming into my challenge, and I know that they're thinking, a lot of people are like, oh, well, first off, a ton of people have been in other people's challenges, so they know that they're a popular thing. They know that they can work. They probably know people that have done challenges, but they're sitting in the back of their head and they're like, yeah, but is this thing going to work for me? I'm really not sure. So I invite them in and I give them the complete confidence that it is workable for them. And I tell them, once you figure out how to make this work, this is why they work so well. So I think people are pretty fired up for day one. They're like, okay, well, what's this guy got for day two? So the stack style is you let them in with day one with what their biggest question is or their biggest pain point. Hey, will a 5-day challenge work for my business? I answer that question for them, and then I know, because I'm the expert in challenges, I know what their next question is going to be. The next question is always, well, what do I teach? So my day two is going to be all around exactly what to teach. All right. Sorry, that's going to come here. Because I know that's what they need. So I'm going to talk to them and I'm going to walk them through why they have to get this right. Why what you teach is the biggest lever to a successful challenge. I'm going to talk to them about the 5 structures. I'm probably going to pick one structure and walk them through it so they can see a 5-day challenge is within reach. Okay, so the action item is actually going to be, I would probably walk them through how to lay out their content. And so the action item might be sit with your current answers and refine them before our next challenge, day 3. Okay, so I'm walking them through why what you teach is so important, the 5 structures that are possible. We will pick one structure and walk them through it. So the action item could actually be pick your structure that you want to do. That actually might be good. Pick your structure and start working on it. The win is flexibility, first of all. That's a big win. They understand challenges can be flexible, don't require one way, which is one of the things I love about them. So that's a really good one. If I was doing this, I would probably, I'd possibly do a day 2 workshop. And maybe that's an implementation. So we actually work on them with their content. Okay. So at the end of day 2, they'd probably pick their structure. I'd walk them all through the structures. Then I'd say, hey, guys, we have this bonus thing. I haven't even talked about these kind of bonus workshops or whatever, but I want people to actually walk away with a huge win. So imagine having all your content dialed in. So maybe day 2 in the evening, I have a second workshop where people are literally doing what we're doing, which is breaking down their content and putting it into workshop format. So day 3, we'll call this PM workshop. Day 3, so I know once they know that challenges are the highest converting mechanism and that it will work for them, I know that the next thing they need to know is exactly what to teach. I've told them all the different structures, and actually they start to see that it's within their grasp. In day 3, I'm going to say, guys, this is awesome. Now that you have your content laid out, the most important thing that you have to layer in here, because even if you get your content right, you have to understand the 10 psychological triggers. So I would walk them through the 10 psychological triggers. Well, I would walk them through our CAKE framework and the 10 psychological triggers you have to have layered inside your challenge. So these are 10 triggers that I did all this research on for finding out why my clients were having these absolutely outrageous results. I wrote up a big report on it. That's how big of a nerd I am. And I tell people, look, there's this really cool way tomorrow, day 4, I'm going to tell you about the systems and processes that we use and how you don't have to, how there's no extra work for you to have these 10 psychological triggers built in. They're all built into our systems and processes. So I want you to be aware of them and how they enhance your natural charisma, how they enhance your knowledge, how they enhance the connection with your audience, how they enhance your authority, your knowledge, engagement, all the 10 factors and why. So the action item could be something easy. So I'm going to say pick the 2 of the 10 triggers you could see really making a difference in your challenge. You see what we're doing here, guys? We're just, each day is building on the next day. So you've given them a win. You've come in the door with what their biggest problem is. You gave them a win on that. Then you know their next problem is going to be the next question. Well, what do I teach in my challenge? Well, great. I'm going to solve that for you. Pick your structure. So they're starting to see, we're literally taking them from, I don't know if I could ever do a challenge, into complete clarity and confidence, and actually giving them steps where they can say to themselves, holy cow, this is totally doable. I never thought I could do a challenge around sewing personalized teddy bears. I never thought I could do a challenge around how to get students into my music school. I never thought I could do a challenge around meal prep. Whatever the case may be, I'm telling you, this is the best way to do it. And so the win is, whoa, I had no idea that these triggers existed, let alone how to make them happen in my challenge. So they're like, yes, this can work for my business. Damn, I know exactly what to teach. We helped them implement it. Ooh, I didn't know if I didn't have these triggers that my content wouldn't fly as well. So that's the problem. Even if you don't use launch perfect. It's fine. A lot of people do challenges that convert at 2 to 4%, 3% average. But we want people to convert at the 6 to 10. So when you dial in exactly what to teach, when you layer in these 10 psychological triggers with the CAKE framework, it's like it's just happening behind the scenes, like fairies sprinkling pixie dust all over your audience and you. It really creates a synergistic, symbiotic, awesome enhancement of who you are and what your offer is. So day 4, I would tease day 4 here. Well, I've already kind of done it, even in the explanation of this. I said, guys, I'm going to show you tomorrow, I'm going to show you how to layer all these 10 psychological triggers into your challenge without you having to do any extra work. Would you be interested in seeing the processes and the systems that we use where this stuff happens automatically in the background? So I'm going to say it's the proven 5-day challenge system to launching in 14 days with zero overwhelm. And they're going to go, oh, yeah, of course. I want to see. First off, they're probably not even going to believe I can launch in 14 days. I've actually had people launch in 7, but I fear writing 7 because people go, this guy's full of crap. And they go, with zero overwhelm, how's that even possible? Well, on that day, I'm literally going to open up all the toolboxes that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. I'm going to walk them through. Here's all the templates for emails. Here's all the templates for the post that you need. Here's all the Canva graphic templates. Here's why they work so well. Here's how the psychological triggers are baked into these. Here's our video scripts. Here's the page scripts for your registration page and your thank you page. Here's the content outline with all 5 structures included. Here's what you want to make sure that you hit every day of your challenge. You want to make sure you say this thing, and this thing. Like, I just lay out everything. I actually do this full walkthrough in my masterclass. There should be a link below it. I actually walk through a more specific way, a different example of exactly what to teach. I walk through what the 10 psychological triggers are, and then I literally, like I said, open up the back end of my system. Say, guys, this is what you get. Like, this isn't a joke. I'm not just making this stuff up. It exists. It looks like this. It's organized. And as soon as people see that, they go, oh, wow. Now I know why I won't have overwhelm. And I also know why I can launch in 14 days. Like, you won't believe it unless you see it. So I just walk people through it. So you can do the same thing with your, whether you're giving systems away or processes or courses or programs. Day 4 is just about, guys, let me show you how I quickly do the first 3 things, how I quickly get these high conversions, how I share with people what to teach, what the triggers are, and let me walk you through like the systems that we use that make what you're about, what you want to do, 20 times faster, 20 times cheaper, and that you can launch quicker. So what people are looking for in your offer is a way to do everything that they've learned a heck of a lot faster, saving a lot of time, money, and energy. And then also having a guide like yourself, an expert like yourself, to walk them through. So the action item is always going to be go check out my sales page, and if you have questions, drop them in the comments below. The win, they should come out of this knowing not only can I do a super high converting lucrative challenge, but I can do it by myself and in 14 days. And I always show people, like, you could literally hire a VA, or I could hand this off to a VA and know everything is happening effortlessly in the background. And all I have to do is show up and teach, connect. Okay, you guys, it's really, really, really fun for me to help people put this stuff together. It's the way my mind works. If you want to see how to do this for yourself, you can check out the masterclass, the video training, the links below. You can check out the other videos in this series. I'm going to walk you through all the different structures, and please make sure that you take the time to grab your download. It's going to be super helpful for you and give you additional next steps. So thank you so much for giving me your time and attention, and I look forward to helping you launch your business into the stratosphere using fun, lucrative 5-day challenges. Thanks so much, guys.